Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck is also brought to you by Tipsy Steer in High Pines, located at County Road C in Snelling, proud sponsor of Gopher Football. And by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. Now, here's the voice of the Gophers, Mike Grimm.
All right, we're off and running. Welcome to a bye-week edition of Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck. PJ Fleck. We have, as we did the last bye week, a couple of Gopher football players with us here, and we'll be here the entire show. Did you guys get out of practice early?
No, we did not. We waited the whole time.
It ended it ended earlier than the last time.
It did.
Yeah, nice. JG's with us. JG, good to see you.
I'm just going to try not to fall off the stage today.
Yeah, just hang tight.
Max and Daniel are smaller than these guys. I don't know.
You got a seatbelt or something over there, maybe.
We're good.
Let's welcome the two players. We have a Gopher place kicker, the reigning Big Ten kicker of the year, Dragon Kesich, with us.
Hello. Hello.
And we have the Golden Gopher punter, Mark Crawford, with us.
Yes.
Mark, how are you? Elite. Love the Australian accent. For the last segment, we're just going to have you read the Minneapolis phone book in that accent. And that will be as entertaining as anything we could get done. So it's a bye week for you guys. What is a Tuesday practice like on a bye week?
Well, the Tuesday practice is more of like a Rofers practice. So the young guys get reps, get in front of the team, do stuff like that. And us older guys kind of do our own individual work to the side. So it's cool getting out there and seeing the young guys perform in front of us.
Doing a bit of coaching work as well, making sure that, guide them in the right direction. Should they have any questions?
Very good.
Mm-hmm. What's the practice look like for you guys normally? We're going to rip the Band-Aid right off for the specialist.
Yeah, what are you guys really doing?
The allegation is, while everybody's out there grinding, two-a-days, sweating, sprinting, they've got the catapults. I asked you a couple weeks ago when you wear that catapult GPS system to track your speed, you said, I'm a punter, I don't need to wear one of those.
Mine wasn't on that day.
Yeah, yours wasn't on that day. So during a normal practice, like obviously I'm sure you guys are doing stuff before and after as well, but what is it like when you're doing indie or 7-on-7 or offense here, defense, row the boat? What are the specialists doing?
Well, I mean, Tuesday's a big punt day, so that's the day that I'll get ready for the most. But it's strange. It's almost like a game in that we'll do a little bit of work and then all of a sudden we got to go.
Yeah.
Like it's our time to go right now. So getting ready the whole time pretty much, like treating it like a game. You might kick in the net a little bit, might get a few snaps, and then all of a sudden it's go time and you're in the thick of it. And then a little bit of time off, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, but it's still similar. Like you want to keep your headspace in the right spot,
right?
Making sure that you're doing the fundamentals properly and then going from there. So Kesich just got a little bit different on a Tuesday compared to me, but I'll let you describe that one.
I mean, we do a majority of our work pre-practice. We go out like 40 minutes before the team, and that's when we get our work in. And then during practice, it's like we have one period at the beginning of practice, and then we're kind of off for like 20 minutes. But Tuesday's my day off, so I don't really do anything.
And nothing.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah. I don't do anything. But then Wednesday's like my heavy kicking day, so that's when I hit kickoffs and field goals and stuff like that. So it's really just like Cross said, staying ready all of practice because you never know when your name's going to be called. Sometimes Coach Fleck could be like, hey, go kick one real quick. So it's like just staying ready at all times.
You got to be ready for that bonsai call,
my
right?
God. We practiced a bonsai every day since I've been here, and we ran it once in a game. It's Coach Fleck's second time in 12 years of coaching running a bonsai. It was against Michigan.
It was against Michigan right before halftime. Yeah,
Yep.
And it was a unique bonsai situation as well. It wasn't like a traditional one where you got 15 seconds on the clock and it's ticking down. You got to get out there. It was 2 seconds on the clock or whatever, and then hear the whistle, let it rip. So
yeah, that was fun to watch you guys go to work on that. So as you're practicing not practicing on Tuesday, as you don't, how much do you guys have to pay attention? And this is going to sound like kind of a silly question, but pay attention to your leg. Like, does it get sore? Do you like, hey, I got to back off this week? Like sometimes the linebacker might say, hey, my shoulder's sore, so we'll put a yellow shirt on him or whatever. But how about for punters and kickers with just, I suppose, muscularly, if nothing else?
I think of us as like pitchers in like baseball, where you gotta count your reps. And I mean, I think we're at so he punts on Tuesdays and sometimes Wednesdays. I hit on Wednesday, so I know on Wednesday that I got to feel good by then. And they do a really good job of preparing us throughout the whole week of being ready for those days. So I think Coach Fleck, Coach Ligg, the training staff do a really good job of allowing us to perform our best on practice and game day.
Yeah, and then Friday's a really quick practice, so it's more discretionary. So if we feel like we want to hit a few just for our own mental side of things, or whether we just want to try something out, you have a little bit of time to do it then as well. Or you can be like, nah, like I need this extra day. So yeah, it's all done pretty strategically, and it's good.
Fridays are the days you guys get me in trouble.
Yeah, it is.
They come
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, Guardsy, they come talk to me, and then I get reprimanded. Hey, don't talk to the players during practice. I'm like, I'm just standing there.
Yeah,
These guys come and talk to me, you know?
I know.
Nuts.
I have so many things I want to say about that situation, but I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna
Tell me how you really feel.
No, I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, you're just there minding your own business. These guys come up to talk to you, and we get yelled at.
And we
it's
get yelled
just
at.
it's the plight of the radio crew, man. It's just the plight of the radio crew.
It is.
In terms of like what do we would call it, the battery, right? The snap, the hold, the kick.
Yeah.
How many of those are we running through a week or a year or a day or in the offseason? I mean, that's got to be. There's no pitch count on that, right?
No.
I mean, that's basically as many as you want.
Yeah, we'll even so Croft and I will be at home, and sometimes we'll be like, hey, Croft, you want to get some holds in? And then in the like living space, what is that called? Living room, I guess.
Living room, hallway. Yeah,
I think it is.
The hallway, yeah, whatever is the hallway. We'll just get down and do some holds. So it's really just
it all sort of stemmed back from when Matthew Triggett was here in 21-22, and then we knew that Dragan was going to compete for the spot in 23, and then was like, all right, we got to make sure that our holds for a lefty are perfect. I think we did 50 a day in like the living room or after a lift or after a practice or something like that. And then you stack that up over the space of 6 months, and all of a sudden it turns into tens of thousands of holds. So
yeah,
it paid off. So
Mark, for you, because I think one of the underrated jobs is the holder.
100%.
Nobody ever says anything about the holder unless you bobble the snap or don't get the snap down or something, right? It's the only time anyone ever talks about it. Do you get more nervous punting or holding, or neither?
Nah, I mean, holding is, I don't know, I like holding a lot, and it's fun to hold in this operation, so never really had any nerves holding. I think it's a nice sort of mental shift away from punting as well. You feel like you can still contribute on a level if, hopefully you're up by a few scores, and all of a sudden you don't have to punt much that day, but you still got out on the field and you still contributed to the team. So, but it's all about, taking the pride and joy and making sure that I put Kesic or whoever's kicking in the best position and go from there.
Also, I heard you jinxed me.
I might have said you were 29 for 29.
On PATs, yeah, you jinxed it.
I said you were 29 for 29 prior to that first kick.
The missed PAT.
The missed PAT.
Unbelievable.
Now that one, speaking of battery, that one and holder and snapper, the snap was a little, I mean, the guy's been flawless all year.
Yeah,
nobody's perfect. So it was a little low. You were able to get it down. But how does that kind of mess up the whole operation there?
I mean, he still got the ball down like it's a kick that I should make. It's a PAT, you feel me? But that was on me at the end of the day. He got the ball down, he did his job, and then I just didn't execute.
I think we all sort of take responsibility for it. Like Alan was like, I got to be better in that situation, in that moment, and I was thinking, I could have got it down faster and got the lasers around, whatever, and Dragan's like, I can make the kick. So it's one of those things, everyone wants to take accountability for it when we know that it was a little bit everyone.
Yeah. How did you hear about the jinx, by the way?
Somebody told me.
He had my headset on. Didn't listen to the game.
Nah, somebody told me that. Grim might have jinxed you, saying 29 for 29. But
it was you were 51 for 51 or something like that prior to that too. So, it happens. Nobody's perfect. It happens. In terms of practicing, and I say this a little bit tongue in cheek but serious. How often do you practice the fake punt, Mark?
Ooh,
it's a great question. The one against Illinois, probably not as much as I should have, maybe. But
you were like just a yard short. I mean, it was
2 yards.
About 2 yards. It's all depending on the team, the opposition, and the scheme that we got in that week, and what would be best for a certain situation. And it really depends. Like sometimes you'll run it a bit, sometimes you won't run it at all. Sometimes you'll think, maybe we'll try something else. So that's all I really have for you.
No, that's all good. And it was there, right? It was there for the taking. You saw what you saw.
10 on the field.
Yeah, 10. They had
giant hole of an up. Yeah. They said it should have been. I should have done some more summer conditioning. Apparently,
he has more because the fake I ran in the bowl game. He has more rushing yards than I do.
That's true.
I have 1. He has 10.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it was on the plane on the way back. You came up to me at the end and said, "Come down here, come down here." I said, "Oh, here we go." And he goes, "Third leading rusher for the day." I said, "Hey, I'll take it." All right.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And without giving too much away, because I'm sure the millions of listeners here could pass along any inside info of to opponents. But how do you kind of operate that when you know? Is it a call ahead of time? Is there a red light, a green light, and then what? Without again giving away too much, so we don't don't get in trouble again. What are you kind of looking for there to know, okay, this is green light time?
I mean, in that situation, everything just sort of opened up. It was one of those ones where a few of the stars aligned, and then it was go time. But I mean, obviously, I can look back on that and think I could have done this better. I mean, understand probably maybe the situation of the game a little better and things like that. But yeah, we sort of just make sure that we can do whatever we can to put the team in the best position. And in that moment, it was close, but
it would have been epic.
Yeah, it would have been great.
It really would have been epic, and we can laugh about it now. And you two, I think you have the great bond over two failed fakes like between the two of you. Yes. Great picture of you, right?
Great picture.
What an athlete.
Oh my goodness.
But you guys have that now, bonding you together until one of you successfully completes one to have the leg up. No pun intended.
Yeah, 100%. And I forgot who we were talking to, but at the bowl game, him and I are going to set up a race and see who's faster. Because I think I'm faster. He says he's faster, but we got to settle it once and for all.
What could possibly go wrong with that?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. We'll make sure we're strapped.
Hamstrings will be fine.
Maybe after the bowl game.
It's like Seabiscuit and War Admiral here. Just a one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, I'm in.
Thousands of people would show up for that. All right, let's...
Sorry, for guys that aren't sure, Kesic is probably the most competitive person I've met in my life. I think he'll take on anyone at any time.
Especially Cody Lindenberg. I think I could beat Cody Lindenberg in a race.
You can?
Yeah. I mean, Cody clocked him at about 30 miles an hour. So
he did. No joke.
No joke. Well, I watch you throw. You got a good arm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You think there ever be a fake?
Well, the one in the bowl game was supposed to be a throw.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm going to run it. And it didn't work out.
It did not work out. It did not work out.
But we won the game, so it's fine.
We got both, right? Yeah. The fake punt and the fake extra point got wins in both those. Let's take our first break. We are here with Dragan Kesic and Mark Crawford. I'm Mike Grimm, along with JG, Justin Guard. And it is a bye week. Week from Saturday is the final home game. It's Senior Day. We'll talk about that. It's Penn State. They're currently ranked 5th and 6th in the two respective polls nationally. They have Purdue this weekend, so it should be a great matchup a week from Saturday. Tickets available at gophersports.com. Lots to talk about. Don't go away. We want to also thank alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors. They should be on your team roster. If you're selling a business, get your Sunbelt no-cost confidential business valuation today. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com. They have their table over here, and we thank them, as always, for their support of Gopher Athletics. Stay with us. It's Gopher Football Weekly from Learfield.
Your Golden Gopher men's basketball team will host the Yale Bulldogs on Saturday, November 16th at Williams Arena. Get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford vehicle that can help you own the day. Make life on the go a walk in the park with the new Ford Explorer. Become the MVP of the work site with the unrivaled performance of a new built Ford Tough F-Series truck, the best-selling trucks in America. Or discover what it really means to adventure in the great outdoors with the new Bronco Sport. Whether it's for work or play, there's a Ford with a great deal waiting at your local Northland Ford dealers. Don't wait. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Based on calendar year total sales.
Are you looking for concert or sports tickets? As a local Minnesota company, Ticket King is a company you can trust. They have seats to fit every budget and even offer parking or tailgating passes, and all tickets are guaranteed. Each order is personally attended to by one of our dedicated customer service representatives who are committed to providing you with a courteous, professional, quick, convenient experience. Visit us at ticketkingonline.com or call us directly at 612-341-4131.
How much can you save when you shop Cub? Let's just say you might need a bigger cart. We've lowered prices so you save more. On Essential every day, it's easy to see the savings. Across the aisles, from pantry products to frozen foods to delicious dairy and more. Your family will love it, guaranteed, or your money back. Shop Cub and save today. My Cub, my way. See store for details.
Do you know how plastic bottles become shirts, shoes, or backpacks? What happens when your recyclables leave your curb? Can they really become something new? Visit WM.com to learn how WM helps turn your plastic bottles into everyday products, giving materials a second life. WM has the recycling infrastructure, innovation, and expertise to serve our Twin Cities community and care for our planet. The recycling process starts and ends with you. Visit WM.com to learn more.
Hey, Gopher fans.
Ready to show your true colors? The University of Minnesota Bookstores has everything you need to gear up for game day. From the latest maroon and gold apparel to exclusive Gopher merchandise, we've got your fan essentials covered. Visit us in-store at Coffin Memorial Union or shop online at bookstores.umn.edu. University of Minnesota Bookstores, your one-stop shop for all things Gopher pride. Sky U Ma.
Gopher fans, when you want to get around Gold Country safely, securely, and on time, call Carey Minneapolis St. Paul. Carey Limousines, a global leader in business travel, offering a world-class fleet and reservation staff who make sure you arrive on time, every time. The team's available 24/7, so give them a call whenever you're ready to travel. 612-623-0565 or visit the webpage, CareyMPLS.com. And go Gophers!
You can guarantee yourself a Minnesota maroon and gold win when you sell your business with Sunbelt Business Advisors. Sunbelt is a local alumni-owned company and proud sponsor of Gopher Athletics. Sunbelt provides business owner brokerage services to small businesses as well as mergers and acquisition services for companies up to $150 million in revenue. Are you thinking about selling? Sunbelt can help you make the most from your life's work. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com for a free confidential value range. Minnesota's largest seller of companies. sunbeltminnesota.com.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. Gopher fans, we can all be proud of the continued efforts, results, and talented people that work in these industries to provide a sustainable food supply with so many changing variables. The Gophers would like to thank the presenting sponsors of this event: CHS, Compeer Financial, Undeniably Dairy, and Bex.
Dear autumn leaves, you won't be covering roads alone this season. Toyota's lineup of cool, colorful vehicles is ready to ride by your side. Take on fall in a trail-tackling Tacoma or go for the powerful Tundra. Head to Toyota.com for more info or visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Golden Gopher men's basketball team will host the Yale Bulldogs on Saturday, November 16th at Williams Arena. Get your tickets now at gophersports.com.
It's now time for the AVR Remix on Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck. AVR. Promises made, promises delivered.
Another third down here for the Gophers now. 3rd and 8 after the incomplete. Straight handoff to Taylor right side. He's got a seam inside the 10 to the 5. Diving forward. Touchdown for the lead from 51. He missed an extra point on a bad snap. This snap's on target. The spot is down. The kick is on the way. Plenty of leg, and it is good. He hit it from 51 yards, and the Gophers are back out front 9-7. 2 receivers plus a tight end right now. Spencer goes right to left. Play action, and it is Major. He's all alone on a quick pass right, and he's in for the touchdown. Wow, that was quick.
And it was quick. There it is, the AVR Rewind, the highlights of the game against Rutgers on Sunday. You heard in the middle, sandwich between the touchdowns, a 51-yard field goal by the reigning kicker of the week or year in the Big Ten. Special teams player of the week in the Big Ten last week. You've made now, not jinxing you, 8 straight field goals and 10 of your last 11. So it's feeling good now coming off your foot.
Yeah, it's feeling good. It's also a credit to Allen and Crawford and just the whole team believing in me. I think the thing that resonated with me the most was when, after one of the games, I forgot which one, Coach Fleck told me, he said, "I can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself." And I think after he told me that, it was just, he's right, and I just got to get back to who I was.
So you missed a couple of kicks early. Obviously, the big one in the opener that was there. Was it a mechanical thing? Was it just? I mean, it looked like you're hitting them all. I mean, I would say you're about 5 feet from being perfect. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just slipping by.
Yeah, it felt that kick will haunt me, but you can only learn from it, right? Because there's nothing you can do about it now. But yeah, definitely, my hips were facing right. I left my club foot a little too closed rather than open, and it kind of just started straight and then just faded off to the right. And I just remember I looked up after I hit it, felt good off my foot, and I just see it going right, and I was like, But the boys were there. They helped me through it. It was a good learning lesson. That's for sure.
I'd put him in every single time, and I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, no doubt, right? I felt good. I mean, and 3 of your misses are from 50 plus.
Yeah.
The one at Michigan's in the rain and missed by, it hits the upright or nearly hits the upright. One at North Carolina hits the upright. Your extra point hits the upright. So it's not like you're shanking them and missing by 20. I mean, it looks like they're pretty pure.
Yeah, it's real close. And it's a credit to the protection up front, Allen and Croft, because if they don't get the snap back and the ball down, I don't even get to kick the ball. So it's a big credit to them and a big credit to the big guys up front.
So how do you guys as kickers keep the belief part of it? Because it's such a crazy thing that your whole day can come down to one kick.
Exactly.
Right? And you make or miss, you're either going to feel amazing or you're going to feel and there might not be really any variable or any difference. So how do you guys kind of rationalize that confidence or belief? Like you said, Coach Fleck saying, I can't believe in you more than I believe in myself, which would indicate that you were feeling kind of down about it.
Yeah, and it was because obviously I have high expectations and high standards for myself, and when they're not quite going as planned, but the boys in the locker room, like Crawford, Derek, the captain, Algram, like the guys I live with, really helped me through it because kicking's mental. It's not really physically tiring position to play. It's all mental because if you miss one, it's sitting in the back of your head like, oh, what happens if I miss again? So it's really just talking to them and just realizing that I am who I say I am, and they, like after the North Carolina game, they really like I was kind of going through it after the North Carolina game, but they were there to pick me right back up, and then I was there for the next game to respond.
PJ mentioned on this show either last week or the week before when he talked about how close this team has been, and the 4-game winning streak was all part of the growth, and after that Michigan locker room, all of that. But he referenced that he felt like some of it started after your miss, and he suggested that maybe the first guy there, one of the first guys there was Lindenberg, came over and he just said, "Love you, man."
Yeah,
and
he came up to me, and because like our thing is like with the field goal operation, like I made T-shirts like after a miss or a make, we love you to each other. So after that miss, Cody came up to me, ran on the field, said I love you. Then Danny Strigo said I love you. Croft said I love you. Everybody said I love you. So that really helps you get through tough times like that because you know the boys have your back.
What's your role in all of that, Mark? Like as the elder statesman, we'll get to your age and your path here. What's your role in all of that?
Pretty much just what Dragan just hashed on. It's making sure that everyone is united and the confidence is there, and you show the love and support for anyone. I mean, as a punter, I'm not a guy that puts points on the board per se. So, but the way he handles things, if I didn't like a punt or didn't like a day at the office or something like that, he's always like, mate, like you're the guy. Like don't worry about it. Like we're always here for you, and it's just something that I just want to reiterate back to him. Know that. He might be in the spotlight for that moment for something that he doesn't really want to be, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, everyone will get around him. Everyone will pick him up, and it doesn't take him very long to get back to his true self. And he's really good at that, that's for sure.
One of my things, because from our angle, from up in the radio spot, it's hard to know sometimes whether the kick's good or not.
Correct, yeah.
I've become accustomed to things so that I got I don't want to call it before I see the ref, but it gives me an idea. Is the fans behind, depending on where it's at, though, and Crawford's reaction.
I was going to say, watch Crawford.
I just watched Crawford because the Illinois kick, the go-ahead, man, he Tiger Woods did right off the start. It was great. Yeah, you were pumped on that.
I don't really get fired up like for kicks. I kind of just like on to the next. But after I hit that one, I was kind of pumped up, especially seeing Crawford just give it the.
Yeah,
it really all started at the Nebraska game.
Yeah,
when you got in 2020,
everyone thought you kicked it.
Yeah,
I was the guy. And I just see Cassie. I'm like, guess who's over there? What's going on?
Yeah, I mean that was amazing. But he deserves all the credit too, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's how you fans behind, and then Crawford's really the guy that really lets you. If he has not much reaction, I know this is going to be maybe not great. Let's see. But if
I get really fired up.
Oh, you're
like,
you love it. Yeah, you're.
I love it. I love it.
So what's the process like? The team's moving the ball down the field. Like when do you each start getting ready for? Okay, I might have to go punt out here, or I might have to go kick. That's when I need to know how I get out of the way for your net.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll just be standing there like an idiot, and you're like, "Hey, man, we're at the 30. Can you move? Can you get out here so I can take a couple of swings?"
You've never been in my way, mate. Don't worry about it.
No, thank you. Yeah. Back there, it's the TV cart where you got to work on your snaps and things like that. You got to work. You got to worry about the cart, but the net is dangerous. A little bit more dangerous. So when do you start kind of mentally getting into the spot of I got to get back out there?
I mean, for punt, it's from the beginning of the drive pretty much, unless something drastic, like it's turnover or something happens and all of a sudden we're in field goal range from the start. But the immediate thought is punt, and then once it gets to probably around the 40, that's when it starts to click that all sort of three options are in play in a big way, whether it's punt, go for it on fourth down, or kick the field goal. So for me, it's punt orientated, and I'll talk with Alan, our long snapper behind, about what he wants to do. It's more about what he can do to get ready, and then what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, so like every third down, like regardless of where the ball is, I kind of just get a swing into the net. But I start really locking in, like once we get to like half field, that's when I start being like, okay, I start talking to myself, telling myself like trigger words that I have just to lock in. But yeah, I say like every third down is when I get kicks in, regardless of if we're on our own 5-yard line. I don't know why, it's just something I do.
What are the trigger words? Are any of them safe for radio?
Oh yeah, it's like keep my eyes down, keep my foot open, and just have fun. Just go out there with a clear mind, because the more I think, the worse I do. So kind of just going out there with a free mind, not really thinking about anything except those three things.
It's probably pretty similar with punt. I mean, it's like whether it's a golf swing, whether you're swinging the baseball bat, whether it's something to do with a procedure that you do 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, just making sure that, you're in the frame of mind to worry about what's going on in that moment, not, I need to get my hips through here. I want to make sure I'm looking at this. I want to make sure I'm doing that. That's for the week. That's for practice. And then game day is to just let it go, let it rip.
What's the interaction between you two guys when you're lined up and Grim's getting ready to look at the crowd and watch you, and Alan's got the ball and it's winding down? Like what's the interaction from when you get out there, step off the kick, snap, hold the whole bit?
Yeah. So him and Alan are like, they get out to the ball before I do. I kind of come from the back because I just hit one into the net. But, yeah, they get out there. Croft finds a spot. I give Croft a high five, and then I take my steps back. I get back. I give him the nod, and then from there we go. And if it goes in, it goes in. If it misses, it misses.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's superstitious. It's very much more a routine. I mean, it's something to change on some level, but we want to look to do the exact same thing every time.
Let's take a break. We've got more. We have Dragan Kesich and Mark Crawford with us here. We also want to remind you, a week from Saturday, your final chance to visit the Gopher Garden. It is the pregame fan fest. It's located on Oak Street outside the stadium. It starts 3 hours before every home game. You can experience the Gopher football pregame show with Justin Gard 2 hours before every game, and the Pride of Minnesota Marching Band pregame concert, and so much more. Lots of fun things there. And again, gophersports.com for tickets to that Minnesota-Penn State game. Stick with us. We have more with our special teamers. This is Gopher Football Weekly from Learfield. Hands playing it. Welcome back. Continue with Gopher Football Weekly. We have our two special teamers with us, Dragan Kesich, kicker, Mark Crawford, punter. We want to remind you first that the University of Minnesota Bookstore is a place you can discover the area selection of U of M and Golden Gopher apparel and novelties for fans of all ages, from the latest fashions to traditional favorites. The University of Minnesota Bookstore is your one-stop shop. Visit online at bookstores.umn.edu, and we have our sign-up sheet here that we will draw a winner from, and that's one of the benefits of being here in person. We'll have a $25 gift card giveaway a little later in the show. Mike Grimm with Justin Gard, and it's a bye week this week. Penn State a week from Saturday. So we talked about practice and different things. What else does a bye week do for like you two guys in terms of maybe mental refreshing, re-energizing, any of that?
Yeah, it kind of allows us to, step away from football a little bit. Once practice is over, once we're done with doing our things at practice, kind of going home and just getting the mind right. Because like I said, being a specialist, this is very mentally taxing in comparison to anything else. So I think you're just getting the mind right, just getting around the guys, just enjoying, 15 days, weeks, whatever it is. So just enjoying it while we can, living in the moment, and telling these young guys to do the same thing, because it's going to be over before they know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good week to sort of get around some of the lads as well, and maybe go out for dinner or something that you can do during the week that you might not be able to traditionally in a normal game week. So it's nice.
So you mentioned the journey's almost over. So we were just talking during the break, 2019 you commit to the U, right? From Australia. A lot of people know the story, but a lot of people don't. So connect the dots from how you get from Australia, what you were doing before, to now where you're here.
Yeah, so completely sort of different life for me. Previously, out of high school, I was playing cricket and got to go to different areas of the world and play a bit of cricket. I guess once that sort of wrapped up, I was probably 20. To stay to limbo, I wanted to start and do something, and I got my education, and then all of a sudden, I'm playing football here. Like, yeah, I heard you just moved to Melbourne. You should try this program out. And I was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. That's pretty cool. Like, whatever. And I went down, and a couple of weeks later, was there, and they said, yeah, we think we can get you a school. I think you can go and play college football. I said, I'm in. Like, tell me what I got to do. And then probably about 11 months later, I landed in Minneapolis. So it was pretty quick transition.
That's pretty quick, and you're not the only one, as you mentioned. Like every week when we talk to you, that's allowed after Wednesday practice.
Yeah, we can talk after
when he comes off. Say, yeah, the kicker this week, he's one of my good mates. I've known him since this. I've known him since that. He's also 31. He was there was a police officer. Yeah, there was a police officer before that now is kicking in college. It's just the strangest thing ever. But every week you've got another mate that is just at some American college.
Yeah, the Rutgers punter is from Australia, and his process was even faster. I think he finished playing Australian rules football, I think around October maybe of last year, and then about 6 months later he landed in Rutgers and was like, oh, here I am.
Yeah.
What do you need me to do?
Yeah.
What a gig.
What a gig.
Unbelievable.
I've joked, like, if you're an American and you want your son to be a punter,
you got to move.
Give him the fake accent and send him to the school in Melbourne, because he's sure to get a scholarship here.
Well, he's going to get looks.
Yeah, exactly.
In 10 minutes. Yeah. If he's playing here, no one's going to look at him. They're all going down under, right?
Exactly.
Because it's a pipeline now, right? There's so many people that are coming over.
Yeah. There's a ton, and it's unbelievable to like, I show people film of what it's like punting down there. It's literally like 80 guys rock up to a field and everyone's punting. Like, you wouldn't dream of that. Yeah. It's just every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday is just 80 guys punting a football.
And then they're obviously teaching you guys different, the rollout punt, which I'm sure that's part of Australian rules.
That's the most natural style of Australian punting for sure. Yeah.
No, so the Illinois guy, he was a cop for like 5 years, and then said, to heck with this, I'm going to go to college, and he bought a house.
Yeah, he's got a house, he's got a truck, he's not leaving Champagne for a while. I thought, what the?
It's crazy.
Duran, what's it like having an adult on the team? Like a straight up adult.
I mean, it's awesome because
you're all fine young men.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah.
What's that like?
I mean, he kind of keeps me in check. He's seen a lot more life than I have, so he knows like what not to do and what to do. So like, I kind of run my ideas by Croft before I do them, because
it's a good plan.
Yeah, exactly. He'll make the right decision for me.
A bit more balance in the decision making process.
I'm still young, impulsive, competitive, so But I mean, it's awesome. He's like a big brother to me. I look up to him. We've only known each other for 5 years, but I feel like I've known him like forever, because we spend 23 out of the 24 hours a day together.
Right.
So I mean,
one of the best is when Coach Fleck will say, this room is full of 18 to 30-year-olds.
Yeah. And just like he was in high school and I was in like 4th grade.
Yeah.
Like it just. Really
I was thinking about that. Yeah. If you have an 18-year-old and you're 30 whatever.
Yeah, I'm nearly 31, and I'm the same age difference between myself and Coach Fleck as I am to like some of the incoming freshmen.
Right. So. He really used to like to say, weird? We have the youngest team in America. Remember he said that a lot? Like,
I ruined that one.
You blew that right out of the water. It was over after you showed up. He could no longer say that.
Yeah. But having him there it's awesome, and I wouldn't want anybody else there.
I do also have a question, like, who of us when we were 30 didn't at one point say, God, I wish I was in college again? So I'm wondering, what is it like to be a 30-year-old college student?
And be honest with them.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It was kind of funny, because when I played a lot of cricket, I was always the really young guy. I was always the young guy playing, senior cricket at age 14, 15, whatever. It's kind of like the baseball system, how you might try and push them into the leagues early, whatever. And then all of a sudden, a couple of years off, and then I was the guy that had to put the shoe on the other foot, and it's been great. I like being the older guy, and I really embrace the young guys, and they keep me young as well. I mean,
have to.
Maybe I'm more immature now, but at least at some level, I appreciate it. So that's good.
Yeah, I have to imagine there's times where you're in the locker room and you're like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
No idea.
No clue.
Yeah.
They're doing something on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and you're like, I have.
Well, the best is when I walk in and everyone's just.
Yeah.
on their phone, like, "Wait, what's up, man? How you doing?" I'm like, "What's up, guys? What's going on?" Nah.
What? How much did you know about football? Because the rest of the world, football, soccer, right? So, what did you know about American football before you entered this camp in Australia?
Yeah, fortunately for myself and my dad, for that matter, huge sports nuffies. Like, we just love sport. And one of the first games I probably like sat down and watched, and I said, "I'm going to get into this sport," was the 2013 Super Bowl, I think, with
I was 8 years old then.
yeah, the Seahawks and the Broncos, and I'm a Seahawk because of that.
No kidding.
But I'm a Viking as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But, and then ironically, a couple of years later, it was the Seahawks played Minnesota at Huntington Bank, and I was like, "Wow, that was the famous
50 bullets."
Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter.
Yep.
And then a couple of years later, I was out on the field, and I said, this is where it happens. Like, this is the real deal. And it was incredible to think the transition.
Yeah, it's crazy. You're a Wisconsin guy, Dragon.
Go Pack, go, baby.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's listen to the booze. The booze raining down here.
May as well be a foreign country.
Yeah.
We might want to wrap this up.
Maybe another international.
Yeah.
And the Bucks. What's going on with the Bucks?
I don't want to talk about it. Next question.
Next question, huh?
Nah, they'll pick it up. They'll make the playoffs.
My sources told me you did go to the Wolves and Mavericks game.
Oh, beautiful.
What's their guy's name?
Luka Doncic.
And so
Luka Magic.
So you come from Serbian descent. Your
Correct.
dad was from Serbia.
Yeah, my grandparents were. My dad was born here, and then he moved to Serbia.
Yeah, and you speak Serbian.
Yeah.
So what's the guy's name again?
Luka.
He has some.
Yeah, he's got Serbian. I think it's his dad's Serbian, mom's Slovenian, or it's like vice versa.
So you yelled something to him during the game in Serbian.
Yeah.
What was that? Can you say it?
I mean, yes, I can say it.
Let's hear it.
Should I say it? Ajmo, Luka, brate, ajmo. Which means like, let's go, Luka. Let's go. You got this.
Yeah.
And then he showed me the 3 fingers, which like is a Serbian like trifecta kind of thing, and it was a pretty cool moment. I was asking for his jersey. He didn't give me his jersey, but that would have been cool, huh?
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool.
You could have given him your sweatshirt that you're wearing right
I
there.
could have, but I wasn't wearing it.
It could have been a swap.
Yeah.
I was wearing my Luka jersey, so maybe we could have done a little swap, but...
You were the only person that was excited Luka was there.
Oh, my God.
Everybody hates Luka.
Especially after he hit that logo 3 to put him up, and then they won the game.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Was that beautiful.
What he did to Rudy in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he knows a lot of English words, too. None that we can say here.
That is not super
If you read his lips, it's not good. But,
and who's the guy for Denver?
Oh, Joker, Nikola Jokic.
Is he your favorite guy?
Oh, yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
The numbers he puts up is video game numbers. He's putting up like 34, 15, and 19. It's like unbelievable.
And he's total Serbian.
Total Serb. He's from like a village where he races horses and stuff. It's like
he seems completely uninterested in being here.
Oh,
he just wants to race
the side quest. It's a side.
It is, right?
And he's really good at it.
Yeah, I think it bothers him how good he is, but he has to do this here.
Yeah, exactly. He's in it for the money, so he can just buy more horses.
That's what it is.
100%.
Yeah, he just wants to watch his horses.
Yeah,
that would be a rough life. Just be the best basketball player in the world. Not even really want to
have it completely bother you.
Yeah, just
like when they won the title, he said the job is done. We can go home.
Yeah, he's like, fine.
And then he partied for 9 months.
It's unbelievable.
Exactly, yeah.
His brothers, I think, are happy he's here.
Oh,
his brothers seem like they're having a good time.
His brothers are troublemakers.
Yeah.
So you're wearing the sweatshirt. What's it? It's the Serbian Hammer.
Serbian Hammer, baby.
And fans can buy that as part of an NIL support of you and the team.
Yeah, they can buy it on Dinky Town Athletes, or if you go on my Instagram bio, Dragon_Serb8.
Yeah, I like it. It's very sharp looking. Yeah. The Serbian Hammer.
It's nice.
And the new trading cards are out. Did you order some
I ordered
for yourself?
mine. Still waiting for them to come in. But we had like a little event where we got to see them, and it's cool. You open the pack, and then you just get everybody on the team, and you just give it back to them and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Cards are sweet. My kids got a couple of the packs of the cards. They're awesome. Yeah. And I met your dad. He was wearing a shirt just like that. That's how he introduced himself. Yeah. He said, "Hi, I'm nice to meet you." And then he just pointed and he said, "I'm his dad." Yeah. But I love that. I think that's very cool. Like,
him and his accent.
It's always cool to meet the parents of the players just on the road or whatever. But the fact that they can wear your stuff now, I think is very cool.
It's all he wears at home. I'm like, dude, wear something else. But
mix it up.
I love the support.
And the good news is it's really kind of a discount. He's buying the sweatshirt, and his son's getting some of the profits.
Exactly.
So that's nice.
I'll take it. Buy as many sweatshirts as you want.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 100%. All right, Guardsy, you've got basketball duties tonight. Gopher women are taking on UMass Lowell.
Very good.
Yeah.
UMass Lowell.
Yeah.
Got it. 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. We'll hear Guardsy's play-by-play on many of these Gopher Radio Network stations.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
I'm leaving early.
He's leaving early. You guys can't go yet.
We have no plan to leave. We're loving it.
So we'll, during the commercial break, give away our gift card, and we've got more with Mark and Dragon. Stay with us. It's Gopher Football Weekly from Learfield.
Dear Autumn Leaves, you won't be covered covering roads alone this season. Toyota's lineup of cool, colorful vehicles is ready to ride by your side. Take on fall in a trail-tackling Tacoma or go for the powerful Tundra. Head to Toyota.com for more info or visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota, let's go places.
The game against Iowa on September 21st recognized the 12th annual Celebrate Ag and Food Day at Huntington Bank Stadium. Both the game broadcast and the presentation inside the stadium celebrated the tireless efforts in the agriculture industry. The Gophers would like to thank the following participating sponsors: Ag Country Farm Credit, Bushel Boy Farms, Hormel, Minnesota Biofuels Association, Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Minnesota Soybean, and Brownfield Ag News for their continued support.
Kids, some days keeping up with them takes everything you've got. And in return, they give us everything they've got. At M Health Fairview Pediatrics, we've made it our life's work to care for kids. To do anything and everything we can for every kid who comes through our doors. Because the most important people in your world are our whole world. Learn more about a world of care just for kids at mhealthfairviewpeds.org.
Gopher fans, check out the spot for Gopher Weekly with PJ Flack. The Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville is a great place to watch the games with a large outdoor space to eat, drink, and hang out with your friends. Check this place out. Locally owned refreshing beverages and food sourced from area farmers, serving on menu favorites like bacon lollipops and armadillo eggs. The sassy menu also features brick oven pizzas and acclaimed burgers. Tipsy Steer in High Pines in Roseville, County Road C and Snelling in Roseville, or online at tipsysteer.com. Go Gophers!
Some Psycho milkshakes here from the Tipsy Steer in High Pines. Pretty good, huh?
I recommend it. I got the red velvet cheesecake.
Good.
Oh,
yeah. What'd you get?
I think it was the chocolate dream one or something like that. Is pretty good.
Pretty good. We've got a few more questions to chat about. I think it's kind of fun sometimes to find out more about you guys and relationships you've built and all those things. Your scholarship sponsors are here at the show. They didn't know they come almost every week. So Gloria and Ron, they got a kick out of the idea that you were coming, and here you are. Got to say hi to them. That's kind of fun.
The best.
Yeah, the best. We love
the
that.
best.
Thank you for everything you guys do. Thank you very much. Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys on the team have the scholarship sponsors that are donate every year to the scholarship or endow it or whatever it is, and then they can shift each year. And you helped with a suitcase on a trip, and that was it. The rest was history. Yeah,
that was the start.
Awesome.
And now it's a great relationship that we've built. It's nice when we go into our game day locker room. It says Ron and Gloria right there. So
yeah. Pretty cool.
Thank you guys.
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right, you got these Taco Bell trips you guys make after the game. We got to talk about that. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it started 3 years ago.
Yep.
Derek, the captain, Crawford, and I were like, it was after a game. We're like, let's go to Taco Bell. There's one. Was that Stinson? What? I don't know. I don't know the car.
Late at night or
after the game.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so even after UCLA, when we got back at 7:30 a.m., we went to Taco Bell.
Breakfast.
But we didn't get breakfast. So we went, us three, and then we're like, all right, let's go. So then we just kept going after every game, year after year. And then this year, so after North Carolina, we all know how that game ended. I was like, let's go to Taco Bell. So then we went to Taco Bell, and then we started spreading it throughout the team. Some more guys start coming with us. Coach Ligg starts coming with us. And then week after week, we just have guys going to Taco Bell, and we just sit there and we just chat non-football things, and we just eat and feast, talk.
Yeah, just a little bit of a team bonding deal.
It's a great
togetherness.
Yeah, we'll go and I'll be like, Croft, what do you want? I'll pay for Croft.
Yeah.
Next time, Croft pays for me, and then I'll pay for all the pieces. So it's like, it's just a fun little thing to do outside of football.
Pretty cool. You were on my podcast last year. You were telling me I was asking about your background. I think this is a fun part of the story. You played youth soccer before football, and you still have all kinds of trophies, right? Back at your house. Like you were a phenom youth soccer player.
Great word, phenom. I love soccer. Soccer was my whole life, watching English Premier League. My brother played college soccer. My dad played soccer over in Europe and here. My mom was a multi-sport athlete, but soccer was like just everything I grew up on. I was a forward. I was a goal-scoring machine. And then I got to a point where...
You can tell he's humble about it.
Yeah, very humble. Very humble.
Very humble about it. And it came, so then I'd play club soccer and all that stuff. I started playing high school soccer, and I had a really strong left leg. My dad got me into kicking. And then sophomore or junior year of high school, we had to run for tryouts, we had to run 2 miles in under 12 minutes.
For soccer.
And I said, there's no chance I'm getting that done. So I stopped playing soccer because I was like 270 pounds at the time. I was like, there's no way I get that done. And then from that day on, I started taking football seriously.
And the rest is history. Yeah. You're not 270 anymore. You're
not 270 anymore.
That's nice.
It's a good transition. So.
But you scored like 150 goals in a season as like a 12-year-old or something?
100.
Yeah.
I wasn't that good, but 100 goals in a season. I have the plaque somewhere at home, and that's like my pride and joy.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
It's a straight cannon. Like his leg is.
There's something about the leg.
You should ask every time like we're leaving practice. Sometimes they'll have like rec soccer in the indoor, and I always tell them I want to go play. I always want to go play.
You know the moment where it's like, hey, like what's it like having an older guy on the team? I'm not too done.
Yeah,
keep walking. Keep walking, running.
Because I could go over there and not get hurt playing. Yeah. He's like, there's no, don't do it.
I think it'd be a fun little prank too. That some of those guys probably don't know who you are. They think you're just some clown walking in, and then just punch a ball right at they'd be like, whoa.
It would be so fun.
I promise you that I actually have to stop him.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, you're the older guy, like, stop it. No, I'm like, Drew, we have to keep walking here. Like, please.
I truly want to play, but it's probably not the best thing to do that.
No, not at this point of the game. So, Australia's a long ways away.
Correct.
So,
especially Perth.
Yeah. How often do you get homesick? And I know your parents are in the U.S. now, not as permanent residents, but they've come. They watched your game last week. And how nice is it then to get reconnected in person with family?
Before you get to that, tell them the fact about Perth to Minneapolis.
Perth is the farthest city in the world from Minneapolis.
Is that right?
Yep. It's the only city over 10,000 miles away.
Holy cow. How long of a flight?
It's about whatever it is, 2.5, 3 to Dallas, and then about 16 to Sydney, and then another 4.5 to Perth.
Ooh.
So
it's a long day.
Yeah, it's a long day and a half. Yeah.
But your parents were at the Rutgers game. They're still out in the East Coast touring some American things to do, and they'll be here for the Penn State game.
Yeah, Boston, DC over the next couple of about the next week for them, and then they'll come to Minneapolis for the Penn State game, and then travel to Wisconsin as well.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
How often do you get homesick?
Homesick? These guys do a pretty good job keeping me in balance. Yeah, it's not too bad. I was sort of lucky. I think I'm very lucky that I was an older guy when I got here, because being 18, 19 and being, a day and a half from home, that might have been a bit more challenging. But yeah, the only time was potentially around like when COVID first hit, but at the same time, I knew that I wanted to stay here and wasn't going to miss out on anything, because I knew America would open up before Australia did.
Yeah. But now your parents will be here. It's got to be great when you get to see them in person, though.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's almost surreal. I'm so used to them sort of not being there, I suppose. So when I saw my old man after the game, I thought, holy.
His parents are amazing.
Yeah.
The best people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the fun things, too, because, with players, parents, the players get to be good friends for life. You guys are going to be friends for life. There's no doubt. Your parents, other players' parents. That's a club. Daryl Thompson, his dad is still friends with guys' parents of his teammates.
Yeah.
All these years later.
Really cool. With like iPhones and stuff nowadays, it's so easy to keep in touch, and just because those parent tailgates, stories I've heard. Oof.
Yeah.
I'd kill to be a part of one of those things.
We don't tailgate in Australia before anything. So my parents came over last year and they're like, well, how do they do this for 6 hours? How do they do this?
That's a heck of a commitment right there, for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, well, so it's a bye week this week. What do you guys do for your Saturday?
Watch football. Maybe hit Mystic Lake.
Yeah.
But probably watch football.
I'll stick to watching football. Yeah.
Watching football. Yeah. Very good. Well, hey, we'll see you for the Penn State game.
Beautiful. Let's do it.
All right, there they are. Our two specialists, Mark Crawford, Dragan Kesic, with us here. And it is a 2:30 kickoff a week from Saturday, Minnesota and Penn State. Thanks for joining us. This has been Gopher Football Weekly from Learfield.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Live from Tipsy Steer and High Pines, Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck has been presented by alumni-owned Sunbelt Business Advisors, Minnesota's largest seller of companies. Visit sunbeltminnesota.com. Gopher Football Weekly with PJ Fleck has also been brought to you by Tipsy Steer and High Pines, located at County Road C in Snelling, proud sponsor of Gopher Football, and by Cub, the official grocer of Gopher Athletics. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Gopher Sports Network.